Hey everybody, welcome back to the War Boss Fitch channel, where you get to hear an orc talk nonsense about an army and one-page rules. This week we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit special. This week we're going over a community army, based off of the Army of the Earthenkind. Our 3D printer of the week this week is going to be Ill-Gotten Games. Ill-Gotten Games have released the entire Army of Earthenkind for free across My Mini Factory, Cults, and even on Thingiverse. If you search for Earthenkind, there's the whole army setup here, and then there are also other models that he has been coming out with ever since I did the download. So if you want to check it out, that is Ill-Gotten Games on My Mini Factory, on Cults, and on Thingiverse. He is under Dutch Mogul. He's got a lot of cool other stuff that he does, like check out some of these alien monuments. He's got some stuff that's pretty cool, like look at this. For $6 you could pick this up from him, and you can use those in any of the different GDF armies. He even has entire files dedicated to townsfolk and adventurers. So go ahead and check his stuff out. So now we're going to do things a little bit differently, because this army and army list seems to be in flux. Because as you can see here in the community section, just under Earthenkind, there's actually two different army lists. This is the one I used because it was all that was here, and then this one came out a couple days ago. So being a community army, anybody can make rules on it. And even this one that I did use, it got updated on the 17th, which is today. The army that I played in the battle report later actually dropped by 40 points. So I'm just going to give a general overview of the army. So, speed run through these. Your lone leader is going to be your little dirt dude that leads the other dirt dudes. The whole army has stone bones, so that means that all the enemy's attacks are going to be at -1 AP, or if they have an AP, they're at -1 AP to a minimum of 0. So you're going to be extra tanky on top of the whole army. As you can see, everything in the army has at least a 3-up defense. So this army is real tanky. But if you also notice, we get to our core units, the quality on them kind of sucks. But that's okay. This is definitely going to be an outlast the enemy army. Another thing that's really cool is a lot of the units have the surprise attack option of either one or two. So they're all slow. Most of the army is slow because they're made out of dirt and they're made out of stone. They're just little dirt dudes doing dirt dude things. A lot of them have the option to just jump up next to the enemy and cause some damage. And with a leader, you get some options for him, because you can run him on his own, put him on a dirtle, which we'll get to later. That's their mount. A royal chair, which is the guy who is sitting on the chair, like in the picture. Or he could just be standing on top of one of the titans, which we'll get to later. And so if you put him on a mount to run around on his own, you could do stubborn, camouflage, which is stealth, caster, and trample. Let's put on caster just so we can look at some of the spells here. Move Earth, low damage. Stone Skin, adding defense to a friendly unit. Crush, single high damage hit. Claustrophobia, -2 to the enemy morale. Earth Swallow, lots of hits at AP2. And Sinkhole is a slowing spell. So overall, the spells for this army, kind of middle of the road. So let's go ahead and move on to the champion. This guy has the same general feel. He's got the Stone Bones, a slow surprise attack. This guy can add onto the unit. Put some unit abilities out there. We got Fighting Spirit, which means they can shoot after they rush. Frightful Gaze, -2 to enemy morale. Repair, Caster 1 and Caster 2. You can put him on a dirtle, put some range attacks on him, and then a couple of different melee weapons. Let's go on to the units. Clad Soldiers, your basic dirt dudes. Defense 3 with stone bones and slow. So these guys, they're tanky even for your most basic guys, and they're cheap. 90 points. Again, surprise attack. Change out the weapons, upgrade him with a ranged attack, and then Sergeant Musician and Banner. Next unit, Foot Knights, again, slow, stone bones, defense 3, 2 attacks apiece. Upgrade the weapons, give them a ranged attack, Sergeant Musician and Banner, and surprise attack. They're just a little bit better than the Clad Soldiers. Stalagmites. Now this is where things start to get fun. These are like the equivalent of what would be heavy cavalry everywhere else. There's no like light cavalry in this army, because I mean they're made out of stones. They're all heavy. So they have Impact 2, Stone Bones, Defensive 3. They are not slow, but they're also not fast. They can switch out for Lances. I always like Lances on Cavalry, even if they're normal speed Cavalry. can do a ranged attack, and you can also give them the surprise attack option. Wild Dirtles. These might be the whole reason why I decided to print this army, because look at these guys.
I like turtles.
They are just full of derp. Impact 1, Stone Bones, Toughness 3, Defense 3. It's Quality 6, don't expect much out of them in combat. Again, surprise attack. That face just is priceless. Ooh, this is a new one, Clod Rollers. This was not here when I made the army. Boing Impact Split. Oh, it splits into Clod Soldiers. Interesting. Stone Bones Toughness 3 with surprise attack. I'll see what I can find for a picture to put up. Then when the whole unit is destroyed, they drop out 10 Clod Soldiers. So, okay, that's a cool little gimmick. They blow up into more dirt balls. Clod Elementals. This guy looks like a brick. Defense of 3, slow, Stone Bones, Toughness 6. Again, surprise attacks. You can change out weapons. Oh, you can turn them into an artillery piece. Make it immobile and throw stalactites and boulders. So we have our blast and we have our multi-shot deadly 3 artillery. That's interesting. That's new. That's why I'm not going over these in depth, because it looks like they're changing all the time. Which is just something you gotta accept whenever you're running a community book that's written by somebody else, is they could choose to change it whenever they want. 9 times out of 10, they change it for the better. As you can see, as I'm going through, there's new units and new options that just weren't there before last time I looked. Next unit is the Clod Pit. It's a dirt hole with little guys that come up and throw stones out of it. Comes with surprise attack. It's just a fun little model. And the big one, the Loam Titan. See, when I first made this army, this guy was slow. And he is not now. That would have actually changed a little bit of the battle report that we got coming up, because I've already done the battle report on these guys using the list that I had. So again, this is just a fun episode, throwing it out there so you guys can see them in action, give you a feel for the army, and just show options of what's available out there. Check out the community lists. Again, OPR is a model agnostic game, so this is an army that would be fully within the theme if you just took some rocks and put them on the table. But the Loam Titan, it's a Titan. It's a big pile of rocks that has a lot of attacks and does Titan stuff. So that's it. That's the whole army list. I can show you what is left of the army that I used out there. 2 squads of 10 Clod Soldiers, Loam Leader and Foot Knights. Actually, that was different. He wasn't in there. He was in there. I don't know if that was because the army list changed. No idea. No, he was in that one. Whatever. You guys get the idea. We got a Loam Champion on a Dirtle, and then 6 Stalagnites. Of course, a unit of Wild Dirtles.
Turtles.
2 Clod Elementals, a Dirt Pit, and a Titan. And that's really all I got to say here in the army book. Let's go ahead and head out to the garage and play a game. Welcome out to the garage, everybody. It is game time with our little dirt monsters. So this is what we brought out in the garage to play a game with today. Starting at the biggest and going down to the smallest, we have a Loam Titan, 2 Dirt Elementals, 3 Wild Dirtles, 1 Dirt Pit, a unit of 6 Stalagnites with a champion on a Dirtle leading them over there. And that champion has the repair ability, so in case anyone takes any wounds but doesn't die, he'll be able to fix them right up. 10 Foot Knights over here. You can see they're the ones carrying shields. And then there are 20 Loam Dirt Warriors just kind of everywhere around. It's hard to keep them all organized. It's like herding cats. And then one of those squad of 10 is led by a Loam Leader up there on his little throne being carried around by more dirt dudes. He is a caster 2. And the squad that's not going to be led by him has surprise attack of 1. So just looking at these, you know this is going to be a fun game, but let's see who they're taking on. Their opponent today, because we have not seen them in a long time, and the demons doing a clean wipe give me a chance to throw in some older stuff, are the Ratmen. In the Ratmen force, we've got a squad of 20 warriors led by a Battlemaster. 3 weapon teams over there are going to be on the Doom Wheels. 10 Storm Veterans, 3 Snipers, a battle master. You can barely see him back there in a squad of 6 rat ogres. They're going to be armed with the great weapons, and that battle master is going to give them all AP 1. So they are running around 3 attacks apiece at AP 3. Then we have a unit of storm ogres with the Gatling hands that are going to be doing a whole lot of shooting. A death roller that has his Gatling gun actually in the army list this time. And then 2 units of artillery back there. Now, if you're able to add all that up, you can tell that that's not quite 2,000 points. So we've had to call in some reinforcements. The halflings are coming into play today. They're going to be using the rules for the rat men. Just for narrative flair, they're going to be halflings. So we have 20 warriors here with another battle master, and then 20 militia with a champion who is caster 3. So for deployment, we have the unit of warriors with their leader, the wild dirtles, the stalag knights, our titan with a unit of foot knights behind them, and the 2 elementals holding down this flank over here. There is the pit and a unit of 10 warriors in ambush. And for the rat men, we've got our bikers over here, our unit of halfling / rat warriors, artillery, snipers, ogres, storm rats, warriors, storm ogres, artillery, death wheel, and militia. So for this mission, we're going to do our standard 6 objectives on the board. There's going to be 3 secondary missions that both teams are going to be fighting over. Whenever one of those missions is completed, the card is discarded, a new card is drawn. Both armies can achieve pretty much everything except for killing flying units, because there are no flying units on the board. Now, our little dirt dudes are heavily outnumbered. They're going to be trying to lean into those secondary objectives because the rats are just going to cover more of the board. Let's see what the cards say. Our first mission is going to be Executioner. Then Cleanse the Skies. What did I just say? So that one's going away. Hold 3 and seize 1. Let's see who's going to go first. Rats are black. Dirt is white. Dirt's going to go first. So now where the Earthenkind is kind of a slow army over here, there's a lot of guns pointing at them. So they just know they are going to be shot on the first turn. So let's go ahead and move some stuff that can get some cover. First unit to move are going to be the Dirtles, and they are going to move across the back of the mountain. And they move to right there. First activation for the Ratmen, our artillery piece that's right here, does have the range to lob a shot over the hill and into those warriors back there. It's going to be 2 shots hitting out of 5. Oh, Snake Eyes! That's a great way to start. Next activation is going to be one of the Dirt's Elementals. Only going to make it 8 inches because they are slow. Second Ratman activation is that artillery piece is going to lob bloop into those foot knights. Again, 2 shots looking for a 5. Oh, we got 1 hit. It's a blast of 3, and our little foot knights, they have a save of a 3. Oh, they're going to lose 2. The second elemental is going to fall along with the first, ending up right there. The rat sniper teams are going to fire off into those stalagmites over there. 3 shots hitting out of 2. Oh, we got 2 misses out of that. It's AP 1, so the knights are going to save on a 4. Oh, they're going to take a wound. Oh no! Splat. So those knights are now going to activate, and they are going to run to cover and end up there. And the champion in that unit is going to try to use his repair ability on a 4, so it heals that wound. Ratman activation, they're going to move their doom wheel to right there, and then he's going to open up with his Gatling guns on the lead elemental. 6 shots hitting out of 5. 2 hits. I've been forgetting about Stone Bone, so that means minus 1 AP to the shot. Saving on a 3. It's going to take 2 wounds. You can have all the cool rules in the world, but once War Boss Fit starts rolling for you, you're going to die. The big hulking Loam Titan is going to move forward, and that's as far as he can get. The Storm Ogres see their target, and they're going to light them up with all their barrels. They have 12 shots hitting on a 3. It's going to be 7 hits. Would be AP 1, but because of Stone Bones, AP nothing, saving out of 3. It takes 1. So it's got 14 left, and it's a convenient little dice cup right there on the top. The Foot Knight's going to take off behind the Titan and end up there in the shadow of the beast. Next is going to be the Rat Ogres up the middle, making it to there to get on objective number 5 and to hopefully get into combat next turn. Last units for the Earthenkind to move are the little dirt clods here in the corner. They're going to take off towards the center and end up there. Now we're going to move everything else in the Ratman army. I'll come back to you and show you what happened. The mini Death Rollers moved over there. Warriors moved up. Storm Rats moved up. Warriors moved up to cover the Storm Ogres and to be a speed bump. And then the militia over here is swarming around the big Death Wheel to go do something about those elementals. So at the end of turn 1, out of our 3 objectives, the only one that has been scored is Seize 1 by the Rat Men, because that's where their big Doom Wheel and all the militia are hanging out. New objective is Area Dominance. Control any 3 objective markers. So at the beginning of turn 2, we have some ambushers. We have one unit of Clod Warriors come back here to hold on to objective number 2, because that juicy take 3 objectives. And then over on objective number 3, our Pit has come out, and it's going to throw some dirt at those warriors. It's going to be using its surprise attack 2, so out of 2+, it gets 3 hits on that warrior squad with AP 1. We're going to have 6 hits on them. Their save is normally a 5, AP 1 makes it a 6. They're going to lose 6. So the Earthenkind's big objective this turn is to keep the enemy off of their objectives. So our Dirtles are going to charge into the weapon teams. So the Dirtles charge into combat. They actually have an impact of 1. They're able to get a little bit of momentum on their big bodies. All 3 hits, saving on a 5. They're going to take 3 wounds. That kills off 1 weapon team. Then the rest of their attacks, 2 attacks apiece at AP 2, hitting on a 6. We got 2 hits. Saving on a 6. They take 2 more wounds. So the weapon team's fighting back. They each have 3 attacks at AP 2 with Lance and 1 regular attack, hitting on a 5. 3 hits at AP 2. Dirtles reduced that by 1, so it's only AP 1, so they're going to be saving on a 4. They take 1 wound. Dirtles definitely won combat. Weapon team needs to take a morale test on a 5, and it fails. Because they still have over half of their models remaining, they are just pinned instead of running away. First activation for the Rats. These Storm Ogres are going to fire over that elemental that's already taken a beating. 12 shots hitting on a 3. It's going to be 10 hits, then saving on a 3. It's going to take 5 wounds, which is enough, as the elemental bursts under all of the rapid weapons fire. Seeing that it's now or never, the Knights are going to charge into the Rat Ogres. First thing are the impact hits. Each of them has 2, so 14 impacts. Gonna have 10 hits, saving on a 4. They're gonna fail 5. The Knights all have 2 attacks with lances, and the champion has 3 attacks. They're all gonna be hitting on a 5. So we got 5 hits with the lances. I meant 6 hits, I didn't see that one in the corner. Saving on a 6. They're gonna lose 5 more wounds. Now they're going to fight back. 3 attacks from each of the ogres and 3 attacks from the Battlemaster all have AP 3 and all hit on a 4. 6 hits. AP 3 turns into AP 2 with Stone Bones, but they're still going to be saving on a 5. They lose 4 wounds. The Rat Ogres lost combat, passing morale on a 4. They fail, but they are fearless. They're still good. And they end up like that. The Titan right in the center of the board is done messing around as it slams into that squad of warriors. First it has impact of 4. 3 hits, saving on a 5. It's going to be 1 dead warrior. 12 attacks AP 1, hitting on a 4. 6 hits. I don't know why I can't count today. I was 7 hits, saving on a 6. That'll be 7 dead there. And then 4 stomp attacks. 3 hits, saving on a 6. 3 more dead. So all those attacks kill off 11 of the warriors. leaving just 3 and the Battle Master to fight back. 3 attacks from the warriors on a 5. 1 hit. And they are carrying halberd, so that is rending. 3 attacks from the Battle Master on a 4. 1 hit. So 1 saves on a 2 and 1 saves on a 6. It's going to take 1 wound. The warriors definitely lost combat, but they're going to stick around. So he goes down to 13 and he just takes a step backwards. This unit of warriors are going to charge into the stalagmites and end up like that. 20 attacks from the warriors and 3 from the Battle Master. With a terrible roll, only ended up with 3 hits and 1 rending hit. The rending hit on a 6 fails. 3 regular hits on a 3 fails 1 more. So the 1 wounded knight goes down, but then everybody else gets a 3-inch shimmy and a shake to fight back. So 4 Knights of the Champion fighting back on a 6. They get absolutely nothing. Now they need to take a morale test because the Knights lost combat on a 5. Oh, they're going to pass. I love it in one-page rules when all of these units start looking really weird and dynamic. Next unit to activate is going to be the Dirt Dudes over here. They are going to charge into those warriors. Our lone leader has 4 magic points to blow. He's going to go ahead and spend 2 of them to cast Crush onto those rat ogres on a 4. And it goes off. So it's 1 hit with AP 4, Deadly 3, saving on a 6. That'll do it. 1 dead rat ogre. And then next he's going to cast Move Earth on the squad of warriors in front of him. It's only 1 spell power. He's going to go ahead and put the 2 points that he has left into it, so it goes off on a 3. And it goes off. 3 hits on the warriors, saving on a 5. There goes 3 warriors. So they're going to take out the wounded rat ogre and then 3 of the warriors. Now let's get to the actual fighting. So 10 dirt dudes are going to attack, hitting on a 6. They got 3 hits. AP 1, so saving on a 6. There's going to be 2 dead there. Then the leader has 4 attacks and 4 attacks. The first one we're going to do is AP 1, hitting on a 4. 4 hits, saving on a 6. 3 more dead. And then 4 attacks AP 3 on a 4. 2 hits, saving on a 6. 1 more dead. So that'll be 6 more warriors gone. And then the warrior's going to push in to fight back. So what's left is 9 warriors and the Battle Master, all hitting on a 6. We got 2 hits. They are rendings, so saving on a 6. We're going to lose 2 little dirt dudes. Now it's time for morale tests. The warriors lost combat, and the Battle Master, it passes on a 4. And it's going to fail. Battle Master does make the squad fearless, but that doesn't matter. They're going to take off running. The squad started at 21 and just came down to 10. So that's the end of them. But also, the rat ogres took some damage and they're below half, so they need a morale test as well. So they pass on a 4. They're going to be fine. The rat's doom wheel is going to activate, and it's going to pull itself out just outside of charge range of that elemental, and then it's going to open up and fire on it. It's a death roller. Why do I keep calling it a doom wheel? Probably because I'm thinking about doom wheel! Alright, 6 shots out of 5. 2 hits. AP 1, but the elemental ignores it, so saving out of 3. It's going to take 1. So the elemental is down to 5 wounds left. So a little dirt pit. A little bunch of clod dudes pulling out of the ground. They're going to start throwing some rocks at those storm ogres. They're going to throw 5 rocks, hitting on a 5. Nothing. The militia are going to do some wiggling, and they're going to get to there, just outside of charge range of that elemental, but they're all going to start throwing some rocks. So our caster in that unit, it has 6 spell power. None of the big magic spells are worth it right now because stuff is not really in range. So he's going to spend 3 spell power on Cracks, the level 1 spell, just to make sure it goes off on a 2, casting it at the elemental. It goes off. It's going to be 2 hits at AP 2, which turn into AP 1, so saving on a 4. He takes both of those wounds. The big guy's down to 3. And then we got 20 militia throwing rocks on a 6. We end up with 5 hits, saving on a 3. It's going to save all those. But because the spell that hit it took it down to half strength, the elemental's going to need a morale test. Passes on a 4. And it fails. So the big guy is pinned. Man, he's getting beat up by rocks and all kinds of stuff. Next unit that's going to activate are these little dirt dudes hiding in the crack. They're going to go ahead and move out here. They're going to make it to there. Mr. Artillery, boom. He's going to fire right at those guys there. 2 shots on a 5. It's going to get 1 hit, saving on a 3. We fail 1, but it does have poison. That means I got to re-roll that 6. So it takes 1. Beep. The dirt foot knights back there are going to double time it. It's right there, joining this big mess going on in the middle. Artillery piece is going to go boom into those dirt dudes there. Same as before, 2 shots on a 5. 1 hit, saving on a 3. Ooh, they take 2, and the 6 needs to be re-rolled. Yeah, they take 2. 1, 2. Last action this turn for the Earthenkind. The elemental is going to recover, and now it is all the rats. I'm going to go ahead and move them, and we're going to show what combat's happened. So the weapon team over on this flank, they recovered. The rat ogres, they decided to move from there over to there to take objective number 4. The warriors in front of the Titan have formed a wall, and now, for some combat, the storm rats are going to be charging into the stalagmites. Like that. They're going to have 10 attacks on a 4, ending up with 5 regular and 2 rending hits. Regular hits save on a 3. They're going to save them all, and the rending hits save on a 6. They're going to take 1. Time for the knights to fight back on a 6. Ooh, we got 5 hits. Black dice is AP 3, everything else is AP 1, so whites need 5s, and the black needs a 6. So they end up losing 3, which means they lose combat, and they fail their morale test. So that aftermath ends up like that, and a pinned unit can't contest objectives. So these snipers are going to go for a little bit of a Hail Mary, and they're going to fire at that one knight that has his toe on the objective. 3 shots on a 2. 2 hits. The AP is negated by stone bone, so saving on a 3. It takes 1. So that's that. That's going to be a pretty big point swing. I'll show you why. Dirt guys hold that one still because the turtles moved off of it. This one, the dirt dudes hold that one with that one dude with the toe on, and the pinned unit can't do anything about it. Rat ogres ran over to that one, so that's Ratman controlled. The little dirt pit is contesting this one. The rats own this one, but this one over here, dirt dudes hold that because this unit right there had a toe on it at the beginning of the turn. So at the end of the turn, let's see what we got here. Area dominance. The dirt guys do hold 2 of the objectives, so they're going to get 2 victory points. Hold 3, the little dirt pit is actually contesting that right now, so the rats don't get it. And then Executioner, that squad that ran off the board did have a Battle Master in it, so the dirt guys get this as well. So new objectives for this turn, Seize 4, and Terrify. Dirt guys go first on turn number 3, and the Dirtles, they're going to have to engage over here, because if they let those go-karts escape, they're never going to catch them. So they're going to charge right in. So the Dirtles impact hits. 3 hits, saving on a 5. That's going to be 2 wounds through. Rest of their attacks on a 6. 1 hit, saving on a 6. So that's 1 more wound. 3 wounds total. They're down to the last guy with 1 wound left. 3 at AP 2 and 1 at AP 1, hitting on a 5. 2 hits. The Dirtles only make it AP 1, saving on a 4. They save. So that last rat needs a morale test. And it fails. The little derpy Dirtles are able to take this whole flank on their own. The militia are going to jump on that unit of dirt dudes in front of them, thinking that weight of numbers will win the day. Let's see how it works out for them. Our caster in that unit back up to 6 spell power is going to cast Pestilence, trying to put a blast on those dirt dudes. Putting all 6 points in, needs a 2. It goes off. Dirt guys all save on a 3. They lose 3 of them. Now we got tons of attacks coming in. Whites need 6s, blacks need 5s. Out of all of that, we only got 3 hits. Saving on a 3. They lose 2 more. So there's 5 dirt dudes to fight back, hitting on a 6. 1 hit, saving on a 6. It fails. Dirt dudes definitely lost combat. They only pass on a 6. And they fail. They're at half strength, they're going to run away. Goodbye, dirt dudes. The Earthenkind are going to activate, and the knights are going to double back and take out those rat ogres. Like that. And on activation, the champion is going to heal this guy. The knights impact hits. 8 hits. Saving on a 4. They lose 3 wounds there. Champion of the knights attacks. All hitting on a 5. 3 hits. Saving on a 6. There's 3 more, so that will take it down to just the Battlemaster left. 3 attacks on a 4. 2 hits. AP 3, it becomes AP 2 with stone bones, saving on a 5. Oof, that's going to take out the wounded knight. The Battlemaster definitely lost combat. Morale time. Fails morale. And fails his fearless test. So the wounded knight is out of there. But so are all 3 of these. And then for their consolidation, they're just going to put a toe on here to make sure that they take it back from the rat ogres. Rat's next activation, the storm ogres, they're just going to open up on the pile of dirt. 12 shots, hitting on a 3. 9 hits, saving on a 3. They're going to take 5 wounds. The Clod Pit is going to need to take a morale test on a 5. And it fails. As they pull themselves back in the hole like Diglett. The Dirt Foot Knights are going to attack those warriors in front of the Titan. Like that. 2 attacks apiece on a 5. We end up with 5 hits. We got 3 warriors in the Battlemaster, so 6s for the warriors. Another warrior. So, okay, and then a 5 for the Battlemaster. So it's just the Battlemaster left with 2 wounds. Battlemaster fights back, hitting on a 4. 1 hit, saving on a 4. Saves. So the lone Battlemaster needs to take a morale test. It fails. But his fearless keeps him around, leaving the path open for that Titan. The Death Wheel is going to move itself there and fire everything it has into that Titan. 6 shots out of 5. 3 hits, saving on a 3. Saves them all. Now it's time for the Wounded Elemental, finally, to get into combat. It has 2 attacks AP2, 2 attacks AP3, hitting on a 4. 3 hits, saving on a 6. That's going to be 3 dead militia. So that's 3 dead, but oh no, they all fight back. Everybody fighting back on a 6. 5 hits, saving on a 3. It takes 2 wounds. The elemental wins combat by 1, just barely. Morale test for the militia. They're going to pass. Okay, so he's down to 1 wound, and I've heard here that in this sort of situation where you're surrounded, you just keep moving backwards. Models don't matter until you are 1 inch away. So it puts him there. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't know, it's kind of an edge case. They've run out of stuff to do on the other flank, so over here the rats are just going to recover this squad. And then the Titan. Bang! The Titan has 12 attacks AP1 and 4 attacks AP3, all hitting on a 4. So 5 AP1 and 1 AP3 hit. So the Death Roller normally saves on a 3, so we're going to do these on a 4. Takes 3, and 1 on a 6. So it ends up taking 4 wounds total. The Death Roller doesn't have any melee attacks because it has the Death Roller attached, so it is just time for a morale test. And it's going to fail. Those 4 wounds took it under half, so it is out of there. And then the Titan is going to get a 3-inch little wiggle. Artillery time. This guy is going to fire at those warriors there. 2 shots on 5. 1 hit. Saving on a 3 with poison. They take 2. So 2 of these little guys are gone. We're going to do some rapid fire here. These are going to recover. And then this guy is just going to move back over here onto the objective. Last activation for the Dirt Dudes. We got this warrior squad and the Loam leader are going to charge into the Storm Rats. Like that. The Clod soldiers hitting on a 6. 1 hit. AP1, so the Storm veterans save on a 5. It's going to save. Then the Loam leader has 4 attacks AP1, 4 attacks AP3. The blacks are going to be the AP3, hitting on a 4. Ended up with 3 hits and 1 hit. 1 hit on a 6. That's going to be 1 dead Storm veteran, and the rest on a 5. So it'll be a total of 4. There's only 3 veterans left, hitting on a 4. 1 hit, saving on a 3. Fails, so they kill off 1. Time for morale test. And they fail their morale test. But they are fearless, and they're going to pass. So it kills off 1, and they take a little walk backwards to there. Last 2 activation for the rats. We have the artillery and the snipers. They're all going to fire into that squad there. Snipers are black, artillery is white. Snipers on a 2, artillery on a 5. 2 snipers and 1 artillery hit. Everything saves on a 3. So they're only going to lose 1. At the end of turn 3, seize objective 4. The dirt guys got that back. Hold 3, this is still contested. And Terrify, both teams score 1 point because they were able to score at least 1 failed morale test, but not 3 or more. Our new objectives: take no prisoners and hold 1. At the beginning of turn 4, it is time to scramble for objectives. So our militia is going to take off running, and they're all going to end up over here on top of objective number 2. And to make sure they made their escape, our magical dude is going to fire off lightning. He has 3 points. He's going to blow all 3 in lightning. Means it's going to go off on a 3. And it goes off. The elemental takes 1 hit at AP4 with damage of 3. It's going to fail. So they final screw you. Zap! The Titan is finally going to make it to the other side of the board, where he has been headed the entire game, and smack into those Storm Ogres. All the Titan's attacks hitting on a 4. 6 AP1s and 3 AP3s. Storm Ogres have an armor of a 3, so the whites save on 4s and the blacks save on 6s. They lose 4 wounds, which is going to take out 1 of the ogres. They have 4 attacks back, hitting on a 3. 1 hit, saving on a 3. It passes. Morale test for the Storm Ogres. They're going to pass. So it kills off 1. 1 has 2 wounds left. This artillery over here has the range, and it's going to fire a long bomb shot over into those dirt dudes there. 2 shots on a 5. 1 hit, saving on a 3. They're going to lose 2. 1, 2. The dirt boys are going to attack into these Storm veterans. 5 little guys on a 6. Nothing. Leader on a 4. Blacks are the high AP attacks. Saving on a 5. Well, that's going to do it right there. That takes out the last 3 Storm veterans. Second artillery, same target. 2 shots on a 5. 2 hits, saving on a 3. They're going to lose 2 more. And that is going to bring them down to needing a morale check. With the big guy there, he only passes on a 4. And they're going to fail. So that means they become pinned, and this is still a contested objective. The Dirt Knights are going to try to get there. They're able to just put their nose on it to take the objective. Then this sniper team up here, if they move everything out, they're just going to be able to put their nose right over top of the objective, making it still contested. And with that, those guys are never going to catch them over there. He's out of charge range. Doesn't matter who they shoot, that'll stay contested. All that's contested now. And our little dirtles still look like derps. That'll be the end of the turn. So here we are with the final points roundup. Hold number 1, the rats, because that guy at the end of last turn took over and took it, and he's still on it. They take that for 2 points. Take no prisoners. The Titan was able to win the combat by 3 or more wounds, not quite by 6. And then hold 3, that thing has been a fight since the beginning of the game, and still nobody has it. And that brings us to the end of the game. A final objective count of 2-2, because we have 2 contested objectives, leaving both teams tied there. We go to the secondaries. Secondaries for the Ret Men, they have 4. Secondaries for the Earthenkind, they have 6, leading to an Earthenkind victory. MVP for the game is definitely going to go to that little dirt pit. It popping in on objective number 3 on turn number 2 and just sitting there being annoying and contesting that objective the entire game means that it stopped the enemy from scoring at least 2 points to bring the game to tied. Secondary MVP has got to go to the Dirtles because look at these guys. So I hope you all enjoyed a look at the armies of Earthenkind. Once again, you can pick up these STL files for free if you go to Ill-Gotten Games on either My Mini Factory or Cults 3D. This looks like a perfect army to give one of the younger war gamers in your life to just throw paint on. There's really no wrong way to do it. They're dirt, and they just look so silly. Overall, their tankiness seemed to hold out, which is a good thing, because if the enemy did get through those defenses and started forcing morale tests, it just didn't look good. A lot of quality 5s and 6s on the board. So if you guys like seeing community lists, go ahead and send me some links. Put some suggestions down in the comments. I love taking a look at this kind of stuff. So that's going to do it for me out here in the garage. It is about 110 degrees in my sweat box here. I'm sure you all hear that hum in the background. That's all the different box fans I got set up in the windows. I hope you guys are having fun playing all kinds of war games out there. And hopefully one day I'll see you across the table. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.